Captain Obvious.
No one ever goes to her and goes, "You're the lucky one." Not one time on all the.
You already know.
Who's got a heart of gold over there? Yeah, thanks for getting them off the market for all the other ladies.
Yeah. This is a long line of people.
Yeah, damn, I wouldn't have a chance. Thank God.
Okay, so once again, here's Susan.
Okay. Texans show true grit. Now, it wasn't that long ago that Texas was a new frontier, a new nation, and then a new state, and settled by a special breed of person, not unlike many Texans today. They wanted to forge their own way, to create, to make something out of nothing, like a boot shop or a doghouse. I'm proud to say I'm a 7th generation Texan. I grew up on family stories of Texas grit, of encounters with Pancho Villa, and parties at the Hughes Mansion when Howard was just a boy. In fact, my great-great-grandfather was a Texas Ranger who fought the Comanches. Names that today we see on street signs and buildings here in Houston were family friends that helped build Texas, like Fannin and Lamar. But Texas grit was never more well known than at the siege of the Alamo. For 13 days, from February 23rd to March 6, 1836, 180 Texian patriots stood strong and defended the Alamo against 4,000 of the Mexican army. More than 600 Mexican soldiers were killed, and at least that many were wounded. In the beginning, William Travis and Jim Bowie were co-commanders of the Alamo. But Bowie became ill and Travis assumed full command. February 24th, Travis sent his famous letter to Gonzales asking for reinforcements. Here is his plea. To the people of Texas and all Americans in the world, fellow citizens and compatriots, I am besieged by 1,000 or more of the Mexicans under Santa Anna. I have sustained a continual bombardment and cannonade for 24 hours and have not lost a man. The enemy has demanded a surrender at discretion. Otherwise, the garrison are to be put to the sword if the fort is taken. I have answered the demand with a cannon shot, and our flag still waves proudly from the walls. I shall never surrender or retreat. Then I call upon you in the name of liberty, of patriotism, and everything dear to the American character, to come to our aid with all dispatch. The enemy is receiving reinforcements daily and will no doubt increase to 3,000 or 4,000 in 4 or 5 days. If this call is neglected, I am determined to sustain myself as long as possible and die like a soldier who never forgets what is due to his own honor and that of his country, victory or death. William Barrett Travis, Lieutenant Colonel, Commander. Day after day of bombardment from Santa Anna's troops, and knowing that no reinforcements are on the way, on day 12, Travis assembled his troops and offered them a chance to leave. He literally drew a line in the sand and asked the garrison to make a choice to stay or to leave. Only one man, Moses Rose, chose to leave. The next day, Santa Anna gave the order to attack just before dawn. After a 90-minute battle, the Alamo fell. Santa Anna allows only 2 Alamo defenders to live, one a slave of Travis's who they assumed did not fight, the other a deserter from the Mexican army who lied and convinced them he had been taken prisoner. The women and children, families of those Alamo heroes, were taken captive. The Mexican army scored the garrison, shooting to kill any Texian soldier survivors. They then threw all the slain Alamo's defenders on a pile, doused their bodies with camphene, and set it on fire. During this time, 4 soldiers found Jim Bowie locked in a small room, bedridden from his illness. A lieutenant recognized him, telling his captain, he is none other than the infamous Bowie. Bowie and the captain had an exchange in which Bowie spoke perfect Castilian Spanish. Why is it, Bowie, that you have been found hidden in a room by yourself and have not died fighting like your companions? To which Bowie replied, I should certainly have done so, but you see I am sick and could not get off this cot. Ah, Bowie, you have come to a fearful end, and well do you deserve it. As a Mexican immigrant, you have taken an oath before God to support the Mexican government, but now you are violating that oath by fighting against the very government you have sworn to support. I did, said Bowie, take an oath to support the Constitution of Mexico, and in defense of that Constitution am I now fighting. You took the same oath, and betraying the trust of your countrymen by fighting under a faithless tyrant for the destruction of that Constitution and for the ruin of your people's liberties. The perjury and treachery are not mine, but yours. The captain indignantly ordered Bowie to shut his mouth, to which Bowie replied, I shall never shut my mouth for your like, while I have a tongue to speak. The captain then ordered 4 minions to hold Bowie down, while a 5th cut out his tongue.
Wow.
They then threw Bowie on the fire and burned him alive. Texas grit. We forge ahead. We stand for liberty. The liberty to have a dream and to act on it, to own a business, to serve our customers and our community. And we don't back down from a fight. And
Amen.
Sorry. Yeah.
thank y'all for